What's going on, guys? So today we're making lasagna, right? You know how to make lasagna. Why are you watching this? There's probably a million lasagna recipes, right? It's pasta, it's cheese, it's pasta, it's cheese, it's pasta, it's cheese. You know, of course, it's tomato sauce, depending on who you are. There's meat in it. I'm a carnivore. I like meat. My wife likes meat. So today I'm actually making a sausage and spinach, and I guess also sun-dried tomato lasagna. So it's really simple. It's basically a lasagna recipe. You can find any one that you like or your own lasagna. Only I'm adding spinach, finely chopped spinach, as well as some sun-dried tomatoes, which I'm going to chop up good. I'm going to mix that in with the ricotta cheese. It just gives it a lot of flavor, gives it a lot of color. It's Christmas time, so it happens to be red and green, which is a bonus, I guess. It's not intentional, but I'm just thinking of it as I'm saying it. And then, of course, the traditional ground beef. Instead of that, I'm going to use sausage. Now, I happen to have sausage. I got a great deal on it, so we bought a bulk pack, froze it. Half is sweet Italian sausage, the other half is hot sausage. All right, so like a regular lasagna, you need noodles. You need lasagna noodles. All right, so we have those here. I'm going to have to boil these first. Sometimes you can use the you know, ready to go, whatever, so you basically put it in dry and then it cooks in the oven. I don't like that much. It's just whatever. I mean, it works fine, but I'm going to boil my pasta separate. So pasta, we need some mozzarella, of course. I have a big bag in the back. So if this is fresh mozzarella, it's just a couple pieces for the top. It looks really nice. It has a little bit of a different texture, but most of that's being saved just for snacking on, eating with salads and stuff in the future. It's the, you know, big old shredded bag of mozzarella. Ricotta cheese, which is a must, in my opinion. Your favorite tomato sauce. This is just a good one. Not necessarily my favorite. I'm going to put a little bit of parsley on the top. And like I said, I have sun-dried tomatoes, which add a very rich flavor. All right, so yeah. Oh, and some shredded Parmesan as well. Excuse me. All right, Parmesan Romano. So yeah, I mean, as I go, we'll get into all that kind of stuff, but it's lasagna. And then, of course, you need a lasagna pan, which I have on the bottom here. So the very first thing I'm going to do, before I even actually start cooking, is prep my ingredients. I have raw sausage here in the casing. What I want to do is I'm going to split the casings open. I'm going to take the casings off so it's ground sausage. Cook it up in a pan, just in a frying pan. Just heat it until it's golden brown. I'm going to drain most of the fat off of that, so I just have crumbled sausage cooked. All right, so that's going to be an ingredient in assembling this. Besides that, I have to boil the pasta so it's soft and cooked and ready to go. That's going to be an ingredient. Then I will compile all these ingredients into lasagna, and you'll see how I do it in just a minute. All right, so the sausage is cooking. If you have one of these tools, that's what this does, is it breaks up meat. So if you want to cook ground beef, or in this case sausage, I want to make this finer, smaller pieces. All right, so basically just cutting into this, because it's plastic, the rubberized plastic. I don't have to worry about scratching the pan or anything. I'm going to keep cooking this till it's nice and browned up. All right, again, separate any fat, put it off to the side, and that's just going to sit as an ingredient, which we'll add later. Why is there an outlet next to the stove? I don't know. And put it there, but I can't take it away, which is what it is. And then I have a pot of water off to the side you can't see that is on the heat. Once that gets boiling, I'll throw the pasta in, and then again, I'm just preparing these two ingredients, and then we'll go ahead and assemble our lasagna. Of course, to start off the camera, and forgot why I was telling you what I was telling you. If you've never, you know, taken sausage out of the casing, like if you want ground sausage and you're at the store and you're like, oh, all they have is sausage links. That's ground sausage. It's just in a casing already. So all you have to do is take the full sausage. Imagine it's my finger. I know some of you make some fat sausage finger jokes. That's okay. Cut it right down the middle and just take it off like it's a shirt. That's it. It slips right off. Throw those skins away, and now you have your ground sausage. Just going to set this off to the side, and I'm going to work on my ricotta. All right, so this is a flavored ricotta. Basically, going to dump this guy in there. The spinach is super important. I bought chopped spinach frozen, so I just let it thaw completely. It's important to squeeze out all the juice. All right, it's very wet. If you've ever worked with this before, you know that. You got to squeeze it right when you think that it's dry. It's not. Keep squeezing it. Just hang on to that thing. Just squeeze the life out of it like it owes you money and won't pay you. And then we're going to dump that in there. And I have sun-dried tomatoes here. We're going to go ahead and give that like a rough chop too, because I want those to be small pieces. Alright, this way it's not chewy when you're eating it. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I did mention before, I got 2 of multiple things because I don't know how big the lasagna is going to be. So I got 2 of these ricottas, I got 2 jars of sauce, and I have 2 packs of noodles. Just for reference, in case you don't know. Alright, in case you never made one before. Really depends on, you know, how big your lasagna pan is, how much you want to make. If you're one person, it's unnecessary to make lasagna for, you know, 4 people for 2 days. You know, so that's up to you, whatever you want to do. Right, hang on. Grab a spoon. Dump our ricotta in. Gotta coax it out. There we go. Alright, so this happens to be a 32 ounce or 2 pound container of ricotta cheese. Alright, let's break that up a little bit. Alright. Spinach. Put it off to the side. Open our bag of spinach. Again, I'm going to give this the death squeeze. Alright, so there's 1 lump of spinach. I know I want more than that. So I might end up doing the whole bag here. We'll see. Alright, another lump. Alright, so I'm just washing my hands off. I did use the whole bag. Alright, for this recipe anyway. Alright, so now we're going to give that a nice little mix. Break everything up. I don't have to go crazy because I'm going to mix in the sun-dried tomatoes as well in a minute. So that's good. That's fine for now. Alright, sun-dried tomatoes again. This is going to be a taste. I have like a big fistful here. What is this? This is 3 ounces. Alright, now this is not the ones, obviously these are dry. A lot of times in the store you find these in oil. Doesn't really matter either way. Just make sure you drain the oil. This has a lot of flavor. I'm actually going to go, maybe a little more. Alright, that's fine, whatever. I'm using like half a bag here, because this really does have a very strong pungent flavor. Alright, I think less is more here. I don't want this knife, I want something a little bigger. Let's grab this guy. Alright, I'm just doing a rough chop on this. I just don't want as big pieces as was coming out of the package here. Alright, hear my water starting to boil in the background there. Alright, I think that's going to be totally fine. Alright, so let's gather all this up, throw that mix. And just stir this in. I'm going to stir in a little bit of our Parmesan cheese. Just like, that's enough, just a little bit. And you know lasagna, it all goes down the same pathway. Not to be crude, but I mean, you take a bite of it, doesn't matter if it's on the top layer or in the middle, it's all going to get to you. So I'm adding black pepper, but no salt. I don't think it's necessary to add salt. There's plenty of things with salt in it. Alright, so now I'm just going to give this a mix. So instead of the traditional just ricotta, we have the spinach, of course, the sun-dried tomatoes. It just adds like just depth of flavor. That's all it is. Alright, now looking at this, I know I need another container. So what I'm going to end up doing, obviously that's all the spinach I have, which is fine. But I'm going to add the whole other ricotta, and I am going to add the rest of the sun-dried tomatoes, just because that's not enough cheese for this size lasagna. So I'm doubling it. So I'll be back. So pasta's done. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start assembly here. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is get our sauce. The bottom layer is sauce. So throw a bunch in there. Alright, get our little wooden spatula thing. Right, just hang on. Ill prepared. Actually, you know what I'm gonna use a spoon. I like that idea better. Alright. So sauce on the bottom. Yeah, that's much better. And you know what I totally forgot? We gotta have garlic. Gotta have garlic. So what I'm gonna do is grab it right now. I prefer minced, you know, freshly minced garlic, but I'm just gonna use the jarred stuff just for convenience. I'm gonna put 2 heaping spoonfuls into our ricotta mix. All right, I know you can't see anything. You have to trust me here. Let's see, actually, I'm gonna grab a new spoon. So I'm getting the ricotta inside the jar. 1, 2. All right, because yes, you gotta have some garlic. All right, mixing that in real quick. I'll get back to the assembly. Really good mix. Mix, mix, mix. Okay. All right, glad I caught that. Love my garlic. All right, so sauce goes down, then we got our noodles. All right, so if you never made a lasagna before, you have to just... Ooh. These noodles are hot still. Hot, hot, hot. All right. Bear with me. Take your noodles. Oh yes, they are hot. Just took them out of the water. And we're just going to make a little bed of noodles. Alright, I don't think I'm going to need, let's see. And we'll do one more. Let's squeeze these over just a little bit. Alright, another little piece on the side. Okay, so now we have our bed of our noodles. Then we're going to go ahead and put some ricotta in. Alright, put some big old dollops. You're going to spread that out a little. Alright. Spreading. And you can't be cheap and have any, like, you know, missing corners or anything like that, you know. It's got to be pretty even. You know, so if you're sharing this with someone and they get a piece, they don't have any ricotta because they got a corner piece, you know. So you got to go pretty even across the whole thing. You know, and noodles are moving around a little bit. That's okay. It's not hurting anything. All right, a little bit more in the corner. Of course, feel free to share your favorite recipes. I'm sure you got one your mom makes. Just the best in the world. Everyone's got their own idea what's the best, right? Alright, so you guys get the idea though. Nice thick layer of that spinach, sun-dried tomato ricotta. Then you want to crumble on some meat. I don't know why I said crumble on, it's crumbled meat. Alright. You want this spread out, or want a big old hunk of just meat. It's not the star, it's just an accent. Right. A little more in this corner. Alright. And you want just a little bit of sauce and another layer of noodles. Alright. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We need mozzarella cheese. That's right, that's the binder for all this. Alright, can't forget that. Got a bunch of stuff in my head while I'm doing this. Got my phone going off, and messages, but you don't want to forget the cheese, good lord. Do not forget the cheese. Gotta be cheesy. Alright. Healthy mozzarella. Well, healthy amount, I should say. Mozzarella's not healthy inherently. Alright, more noodles, and repeat the process. That's basically what it is. So I don't have to film the entire process here, but you guys get it. I'm just going to repeat that process until I'm either out of ingredients or we get to the top, and I'll show you what I'm doing with the top. Alright, so I'll be back for that. Alright, there you go. That is a very filled lasagna pan, all layered up. What I did, I forgot to turn the camera on, but hopefully you can see. But I had the fresh mozzarella slices on top with just very little sprinkle of the shredded mozzarella, and then that parsley on top of that. So that's it. It's going to go into an oven, 350 degrees, about 45 minutes to 55 minutes, in and around. Just keep an eye on it. Once it's golden, bubbly, and delicious, it's going to be wonderful. And then, of course, you have to let it set, let it cool off a little bit before you can cut it and eat it. But I'm very much looking forward to trying it. I know my wife's looking forward to some lasagna tonight, so I'll be back when it's all done. Alright, came out of the oven. It's looking good. Just have to wait for this to cool off. Set a timer. You notice I packed it to the top, so it kind of rose up there. Just a little heads up, little warning. You might want to put like a pan or some foil or something on the bottom rack, just so that if anything boils and drips off, it's not, you know, doesn't stick to your stove. But anyway, that's it. So once this thing's fully cooled, I'll cut a nice chunk off, put it on a plate, we'll try it, we'll look at it. I'll be back. Alright guys, it's all cooled off. Let's get a close-up shot of this guy here. It is looking good, it is smelling good. So let's dive in. Alright. So this is ushy and gushy, so I'm going to edit out all the slopping noises I'm making eating it. I'll be right back. Cheers. Oh my god. That is awesome. So, yeah, just a different version. You know, if you like lasagna and you have your own way you make it, you know, maybe the idea of using spinach and your ricotta is a nice addition, or, you know, substituting your ground beef for sausage. I know some people do both. I've seen like Chef John on YouTube. I watch a lot of his videos and stuff. He does a mix of beef and pork. So, just interesting. But yeah, really, really good stuff. Thumbs up. Came out great. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Like I said before, or if I didn't say before, post your alterations, your recipes for lasagna so people can check it out. I've had vegetable lasagna that was just out of this world. I have no idea what they did to make it. But, you know, I like meat in my lasagna, but it could be delicious without it. It just depends, I guess, what you're doing. But I guess that could be said for a lot of food. So, anyway, that's all. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.